What's going on, you guys? Spider Kit Kat here, back with another figure review. And today we're gonna take a better look at the Mary Jane Watson figure from the 2017 Marvel Legends 2-pack Toys R Us exclusive. So unlike most of my figure reviews, I did not place this one back in the box to unbox because apparently I already did one back in 2017 when this was first released. For the life of me, though, I could not remember myself doing this, but apparently I did. Kudos to that 2017 me. So, for the viewer's sake, here's a quick backtrack of the unboxing that I did back then. And here we have the Spidey MJ 2-pack, minutes away from unboxing, and right beside MJ we have Peter Parker's all-new, all-different Spider-Man costume design, which I'm not a big fan of. I had a hard time letting go of it though, but the seller offered me a price I could not refuse, so it's no longer with me. We're not here to talk about that figure though, we're here to talk about MJ of course, but before that, I just want to inform you guys that this is just a voiceover I placed over this video's original audio because of the background noise this video has. Moving on to the figure, MJ right here is obviously in a more pristine condition than it currently is. All the paint apps are nicely done just from looking through the box. And speaking of the box, I do find it an odd pairing that MJ right here is packed together with the all-new, all-different design, because the suit is from a time when both Peter and MJ were formally separated from the events of One More Day. And if you don't read the comics, don't think too much about it, because I won't further explain the story in detail here. So just take my word for it that it is an odd pairing. So there you have the right side of the box, featuring the box art for MJ. Here's the back of the box. And I didn't bother showing you guys the box art for Spidey, because the review's not about him to begin with. So alright, let's move on to the clip where I unboxed this. So here are Peter and MJ out of the box, though still in their clamshells, but still technically out of the box. By the way, I feel like I need to apologize for the quality of this particular clip. Both of my hands are preoccupied, so to speak, and it's not so easy to record without a tripod or a GorillaPod at the very least. But I had to show this clip just to further show you guys how it looked like when I first got it, because 3 years along the way and after a number of countless poses with this figure, there have been some significant changes which I will be showing in a while. For reals this time, here is Mary Jane Watson, and I'd like to formally begin this review by saying that the winning factor of this figure is at how beautifully Hasbro designed the paint apps for the face. So just a side-by-side comparison with a few figures, here we have MJ next to Rogue, here we have MJ next to Enchantress, and here we have MJ next to Jean Grey Phoenix Force. And right off the bat, between those three, you can clearly see that MJ is by far and still is, even by 2020 standards, the prettiest female Marvel Legends figure Hasbro ever did. I love the freckles on her cheeks, the redness of the lips, and the eyes are just painted there asymmetrically so that it neither looks cross-eyed nor are they too far apart, such as the ones I have previously shown. The hair is also not exaggerated to the point where it stands out too much, nor is it too plain and simple where it just blends in. It's just somewhere in between, and in that perfect mix of contradicting themes is what makes this MJ figure unique. I also gotta give Hasbro props for giving Mary Jane here the iconic black top look first seen in the Amazing Spider-Man number 42, which is also about the same time MJ officially appeared in Peter Parker's doorstep, introducing herself with the iconic catchphrase,
"Face it, Tiger, you just hit the jackpot."
And for those of you who don't know, Mary Jane Watson was created by John Romita Sr., who got the inspiration from Anne Margaret, which is why Mary Jane is not only a redhead like Anne, but is also quite intentionally portrayed to be a prolific dancer. So basically, Mary Jane Watson is the Anne Margaret of the Marvel Universe, but with the extra step of being married to Spider-Man, but that's for a different story. As for the articulation, she does come with the standard points such as the diaphragm joint, single jointed elbows. Horizontally, her shoulders can go that far up. Vertically, it can rotate 360 degrees. Her head can go that far down. And it has this separate joint inside which allows for her head to go that further down. But unfortunately, her hair restricts her head to further articulate upwards. But the good thing is you can articulate the diaphragm joint that far back so that it compensates for the head's lack of upward articulation. Right inside the diaphragm joint, you can see that some of the paint wore off because of how old this figure is. Well, it's been 3 years already, but I guess it's not that old. But you get the point. Before I forget, I'd also like to point out that the jeans on her legs are sculpted all throughout. As you can see, there are linings, creases, and even the pockets have been individually sculpted. So to me, that's another plus point for this figure. By the way, she also comes with a shoulder bag for an accessory, which you could sling on either of her shoulder like so. Let me show that to you guys. So right there, you just have to get the strap underneath the hair. And there you have it. At this point, I know my review's all over the place now, but leave us not forget the lower part of its articulation. We have the double jointed knees. And that beautiful ankle pivot. Speaking of ankle pivot, apparently the guy behind the design is from a guy named Dave Vanna, who happens to be an influential name in the Marvel Legends community. Now, I don't remember from what page on Facebook I got this tiny bit of detail from, but Dave Vanna, apart from the ankle rocker design, is also responsible for placing double-jointed elbows on a Marvel Universe 375-inch female mold, though unfortunately, Hasbro ruled that out. He is also famously known for the creation of the 19-inch Sentinel figure, which definitely paved the way for HasLab's ambitious 26-inch line several years after. See, you learn something new every day from Spider Kit Kat Collects. Like and subscribe. And before we get ahead of ourselves again, MJ here stands at around... 6'2"? Around 6'2"? Seriously? Last I checked, this was at around 5'4" to 5'6", but I was using a different ruler then. So this is most likely an inaccurate scale, although I'm not so sure. And just a quick side-by-side comparison, here is MJ next to Rogue. Here she is next to Black Cat. Here she is next to Enchantress. Here she is next to Angela. So right here, I did a sleight hand on stop motion, showing a side-by-side of Peter and MJ. Didn't expect it to take it this long, to be honest. And there you have it. As for my overall rating, I'd have to give MJ here an 85/18, same as Pizza Spider-Man's. And I did that not because the numbers bear any personal connection to me. It's just that I feel Peter and MJ balance each other out in that they are each other's contemporaries, or if that makes any sense. Anyway, here is a quick sub rating from our guests, Diana and Peter. Thanks for the sub rating, you guys. So that is it for the review. If you guys are still here, I want to thank you all, my spider baggers, for sticking around. If you're new here, be sure to hit like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for future videos. And I know I have been slacking around for quite a while this August, but hopefully I'll put out more videos this September. Again, this is Spider Kit Kat, formerly known as Spider Love. Thank you and God bless.